the Generic Geriatric Cyclist. Episode 22, Deconstructing and Reconstructing My Structured Training, or, oh no, another ramp test. Welcome. I'm John Smith, the Generic Geriatric Cyclist. Doing structured training to get myself back into shape after 2 bad years was the entire premise of this channel. So what happened to the structured training program that I laid out in episode 1 way back in February? By this point in the season, I'd have a solid base and be ready to do high-intensity interval training. The big comeback was just a matter of sticking to the plan. But, as Mike Tyson famously said, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. So, what went wrong? Well, everything. I started doing Zone 2 rides outdoors to try to build my base. But I was plagued by lower back pain, and I could never do more than 20 miles in a session. The real problem was not the pain itself. It was my inability to recognize that I needed a more upright position, like an old guy. My failure to recognize the obvious dragged a short-term problem into a long one. I subverted my season with my own stubbornness. So now I have to answer the question, is there any structure left in my structured training, or am I just riding by the seat of my cycling pants? Oops, sorry for that image. My grand plan devolved into riding in Zone 2 for 2 consecutive days followed by a day off, and doing sweet spot sessions on rainy days. Yeah, I know, doesn't sound like much of a plan. But worst of all, 2 consecutive days over a 1-month period made my legs go dead. And then I had to take off a few days to rest and recover. I'm ready to go back, but I need a new plan. As punishment for my cycling sins, I'm going to have to do a new FTP test. I need a new baseline and to put a numerical value to my shame. So here goes. The FTP, or functional threshold power, represents the highest power you can hold for an hour. That's the definition anyway. I can't imagine holding my FTP for an hour, even if I was being chased by a pack of hungry wolves. As before, I'm going to do a ramp test on Zwift. This time I'm going to turn the volume off because my excessive huffing and puffing last time had people sending the paramedics to my door. The ramp test is fairly straightforward. After a warm-up, Zwift's ergo mode will automatically kick in and increase power at 20-watt intervals per minute until I can't go any further. They have a formula that will calculate my FTP. The test is started. It's very easy right now, but that won't last very long. In the beginning of the test, the time flies by. Each minute seems easy. Now I'm at 200 watts, which is right around my present FTP. Each minute will seem harder and will go by a little bit slower. My goal for today is to complete the 260 watt minute. Unless there's a miracle in the offing, I'll cry uncle at that point. As expected, there was no miracle. The last minute seemed like an eternity, and the seconds passed in slow motion. My new FTP is 195. If I'm not mistaken, that's what it was the last time I did the ramp test. So here's the new plan. 1 long ride per week, long being a relative term. 1 indoor sweet spot session per week. Rotating hard and easy sessions, basically hilly days and flat days. And finally, an FTP test every month. Please wish me luck, because I'm really going to need it. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you again soon, so long for now.